Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX, and as you can see, we bounced off this ATR trail and stopped here. Look, all of that support bounced off of that only to move back to the upside. The interesting thing is we got past all this congestion area here. So does that mean the VIX is trying to make its way back to the upside, which will in turn cause the SPY to go back to the downside? So that's something to, well, in my opinion, let me say that, right? So I always say, where are the trouble places? As of right now for the VIX, we have 1949. We could possibly get rejected there, or 1956 could possibly be a rejection area. So I would definitely watch those places. Now, if we should break that 1956 or 1955 area, we could possibly have trouble, I would say, around the 1991 area. If we break the 1991, 2001, or 2002, 2008, again at 2030, and if we break the 2030, 2053, it wouldn't surprise me to see us back in this area. Let me say that. So now, where are the support places to the downside? If by chance we break through all of these layers of support again, which is around the 1905 area, we can come back to this ATR trail and stop again at 1896. I would definitely watch this area, because if we lose this area of support, as you know, we've tested it, touched it so many times, then we could very well come back down to the 1896 area, 1871, and again at 1844. So those are places to the upside and to the downside that I will watch for the VIX. Again, I look at the VIX because it kind of gives me an idea of what's going on with the SPY. Again, normally when the VIX is up, the SPY is down, and yeah, vice versa, that type thing. But nothing is guaranteed. Let me say that. Anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. We're now looking at the SPY. SPY closed at 579.04. What's interesting, again, we're looking at it on this 30-minute chart, is we've been trading in this gathering spot here, right? So as of now, where are the trouble places for the SPY? Let's look back to the upside. If by chance we find support here at this 581.37 area, we could have trouble here at 581.71, which brings us, you know, back above the 5 EMA at 581.81. If we should break that level, 582.20, again at 582.53, 582.80. If we break 582.80, I would watch to the 583.45. Now, if we break the 583.45, 584.12, and again at 584.42, those could very well be trouble places for the SPY to the upside. And if by chance we break back to the downside now, I would say under this 581.33, which we're under that now, which the 50 EMA at 581.30, 200 EMA is at 580.98. It looks like we've come down and bounced off of this. Are we going to go back to the upside? That's something to be mindful of right here. The 200 EMA and a previous it's our support area here, which is at the 580.93. So I would definitely watch this area, 580.93 or 580.98 for the SPY. If we lose this area of support, we can come back down and find support here at 580.48. If we lose the 580.48, we're right there at the ATR trail and stop at 580.43. So we definitely need to watch this area for the SPY. If by chance we lose that area of support, look at all of this support area here. So I'm just going to say I would definitely watch 580.14, 580.06, 579.91, 579.74. Those are going to be a lot. That's a lot of support for the SPY. So, you know, my alert normally goes under all of that to let me know that if by chance, you know, the SPY has broken through all of that, we have broken through some layers of support. So, yeah. Those are trouble places to the upside and to the downside for the SPY. Now, again, if we should break under this 579.74 area, we can come back to 579.03. If we lose the 579.03, I would watch 578.64, or is that 54? That is 54, 578.54. Those are going to be trouble places to the upside and to the downside for the SPY. Now, we are now looking at Tesla, and Tesla is interesting. We closed at 269.19. We have made a pre-market high thus far at, let's see, 271.67. As of now, y'all, it's interesting. My eye immediately goes to the zone. We are trading in this zone as of right now for Tesla. Looks like we're trying to break out of this area. So we definitely need to be careful. So I'm going to mark this, even though, there. This was our zone that Tesla has been trading in pre-market, and it is a very small zone, so that means it could very well break out to the upside, or we can come back down to the downside, right? So where are the trouble places? As of right now, we definitely need to stay above this area here of 570.74. We definitely need to stay above this area. Now, trouble places are, if we break that, 271.67. Did I say 5? Let me rephrase that. 270.64. If by chance we, we need to find support here. I'm going to rephrase my words and get them right this morning, right? So 270.74 as of right now is the 5 EMA. That is our support area for Tesla. Trouble places, 271.67. If we break that 271.67, we can come back to 274.85. If we break the 274.85, we can come back to this level of 280.84. If we break the 280.84, we could possibly have trouble at 289.73. Now, if by chance we break the 289.73, 293.50 is a layer of resistance that I have for Tesla. So y'all, I always say with Tesla, anything is possible. It does what it does, right? Now I'm going to look to the downside, because we have there's a gap to the downside, and Tesla's been moving since earnings. Does not mean we cannot continue moving. It just means that we have to be careful at this point, right? So if by chance Tesla break under this level of 269.35, 269.35, not sure why I keep saying 5, then I would definitely watch 268.71. If we break that level, 267.24, 266.54, under 266.54, 265.65, and this ATR trailing stop is at 264.97, which is really close to 264.37. So I will watch this area here for Tesla. If we should lose this area of support, we could possibly find support at 263.60, and if we lose 263.60, 262.70. So those are places to the upside and to the downside that I will watch for Tesla. And it's interesting. I'm just going to say that Tesla does what it does. So let's go look at Apple today just to see where we are. Pre-market, we closed at 231.41. It too was trying to give us a gathering spot. Well, we broke out of that to the downside. So I always say, where are the trouble places, right? Looks like we came down and bounced off this ATR trailing stop pre-market. So that's interesting. We know that we've tested that area once, and we could very well come back to that again. So as of now, the 5 EMA is our resistance area. So if we should lose that area, let's say around 232, yes, around 232.40, 232.50, I would definitely watch that for Apple. If we break through that level, we could possibly have trouble here at 232.84. If we break through 232.84, 233.03, and if we break through that level, 233.21. Now, if we break through 233.21, 233.54.64 is going to be a trouble place for Apple to the upside. Now, to the downside, I would say if we come back under this area here of 231.41, we could very well find support at 230.99, again at 230.80, 230.80. If we break that level, 230.49, under 230.49, 230.15. If we break the 230.15, 229.53, under 259.53, 229.41, and again here at 229.10. So those are going to be trouble places or support and resistance areas for Apple. If you trade Apple today, y'all, I always say trade carefully. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed, right? So we are now looking at AMD. AMD is creating a gathering spot for us. I'm going to see if there we are. AMD is creating a gathering spot for us, and that means here, as of right now, our support is around 158.50. Resistance is 159.18. It is actually trading in this zone. So where are the trouble places for AMD? If by chance we break back above this level here of 159.18, we could possibly have trouble at 159.52, 159.87, 160.07, 160.24. Those are going to be trouble places for AMD to the upside. Now, if by chance we break under I would say this level here of 158.50, we could possibly find support at 158.23. And if we lose that layer, 157.81, if we lose 157.81, we can come back to 157.60. Under 157.60, we can find support at 157.31. And if we lose that 157.31, 156.94, 156.76, 156.57, and 156.17. So those are trouble places for AMD to the upside and to the downside. As of right now, we're still trading in this zone. I always say wait on confirmation, and once it goes against your why, get out. I always say live to trade another day, right? So I do not have NVIDIA on my list, so let's see if we can add that really quick and see where we are with NVIDIA today. And as of right now, NVIDIA closed at 141.54, and y'all see immediately my eye goes to this gathering spot right here. This is our zone. As of right now, NVIDIA is definitely trading in a zone, and as of right now, pre-market support 142.90. That's where price came down to. Support resistance is 143.32. So as of now, we are trading in this area here. So where are the trouble places for NVIDIA? Back to the upside, we will definitely need to get back above 143.32. If we should break that level, we could possibly have trouble here at 143.62. Above 143.62, seems like we can have trouble at 143.75. If we break to 143.75, I would look at 144.06 and 144.13. Those are going to be trouble places for NVIDIA to the upside. It looks as if we may try to break to the downside. Again, anything is possible, right? So as of right now, our support areas are 142.90. If we should break that layer of support, we can come back to 142.50, under 142.50 or 142.42, right? If we break that level, we could possibly come back, let's say, to the 142.05. If we break the 142.05, 141.92. If we break 141.92, 141.62. If we break the 141.62, we could possibly come back to 141.41. If we break that 141.41, just know this long candle came down to 141.16. That's our ATR trailing stop. In my opinion, that's strong support or strong resistance, right? It wouldn't surprise me to see if we lose this area of 141.16 to come back to this area of 140.92. Down to the 140.68, which was a previous support or a previous gathering spot, is what I like to say for NVIDIA. So if you trade NVIDIA today, these are places to the upside and to the downside. Y'all know I always say nothing is guaranteed, anything is possible, right? So we do have some inside day candles for today, and Carnival Cruise Line was an inside day candle. It has already reached the trigger to the upside. I really like looking at these. We broke past the 2106. Target was 21.34. We are up at 21.72. Now, can it come back to the downside? It very well can. If we should break under $20.72, downside target is $20.56. So if you trade Carnival Cruise Line, it is an inside day candle. Charge point is an inside day candle above $1.32 gives us a 134 as a target. Under 127 gives us a downside target of 127. So if you trade charge point, it is an inside day candle. Trade carefully. So the next one is CSEX. CSX is an inside day candle above 33.35 gives us an upside target of 33.58. If we break under 32.96, we have a downside target of 32.84. So if you trade CSX, it is an inside day candle. Marvell is an inside day candle today. If by chance we break above, let's say, no, it's an inside week. It is a weekly target. This is a weekly target for Marvell. If by chance we break above 83.69, 84.40 is the target. That is a weekly target. And if by chance we break under 79.79, let's see what that downside target is for Marvell. Downside weekly target is 74.54. Again, Marvell is a weekly target and not a daily target. I need to say that again, right? So let's look at Netflix just to see where we are today, and it looks as if Netflix is an inside day candle. Let me make sure for that. Yes. So if by chance we break above, let's say 754.84, then 764.23 is the target. Under 745.79 gives us a downside target of 744.24. So if you trade Netflix today, I say trade carefully, right? So y'all, in the market, I say anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. Mark your levels, and once it goes against your why, get out. Live to trade another day, and you can't be afraid to get out. A small loss, right? Small loss is better than wiping out your account. Let me say that again, right? So we are now still looking at the SPY and watching this area here of 580.95 or 580.90. That will be an area that I would definitely watch for the SPY. Y'all, so I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day. If you could please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Why? Because we learn and we grow together. We learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.